Hi, everybody. It's April 3rd, 2024. Remember, I am a clairvoyant, clairaudient psychic, so everything is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, form your own opinions. And full disclaimers in the box, along with the tip jar and buy me a coffee. And thank you for the coffees that were purchased the other day. You know who you are. Yes. Some crazy shit's been going on. Last week we had to deal with the bridge disaster, and now we've got some other crazy things going on. Yeah, like everybody's now tossing more barbs at the country of Israel because let's put it this way. If you're an aid worker or belong to some frickin' charity, when you go into a war zone, you're taking your own life in your hands. And so everybody's got their knickers in a twist because some person with dual citizenship between the US and Canada, hey, they were in a vehicle that got boomed. Hey, it's your fault. Yeah, this world kitchen crap. I'm like, you go into the war zone, you take your life in your hands, and if you get eliminated, hey, that's the name of the game. Definitely, name of the game. So people need to stop complaining and bitching and all that shit. It's basically people are all yelling, demanding Israel put down their defensive items. Well, if that happens, for all the Jews across the world, what is Iran's new version of a Zyklon B shower? Massive storming of synagogues during services and having people basically slashed apart, the women raped, children having bodies mutilated? Is that the new version of a Zyklon B shower? Just asking. But, yeah, people, I would be supporting Israel and make sure that no more money goes to Iran to fund all this crap via the Ukraine. And stop buying shit from China. Yeah, stop using all those stupid websites like Wish and Shein and Temu. I mean, I have to block that constantly. I mean, every time I turn on my cell phone for something, I'm getting adverts for that shit all the time. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy from that. And literally, I called up Google. I mean, yeah, I've got an Android phone, and I said, I want to block all these merchant annoying adverts, especially Temu, because I don't support communists like Sean Casten. He's a congressperson from Illinois. And Delia Ramirez, who's nothing but a wetback. Anchor baby. Holy crap. Who's calling? Gotta put you on hold. Sorry about that, folks. I guess somebody is pinching stuff out of our mailroom. Yeah, okay, to get back where I was, the idiots the Gaza World Kitchen idiots. Yeah, it's called, yeah, everybody wants Israel to stop, but we know it's actually Hamas is taking orders out of Iran. And like I said, what is going to be the new edition of a Zyklon B shower? Now, when I started taking notes for today, it's like I wrote down the wrong date. something, what in heck? And it would be February 3rd of 25. Something big is going to happen around then. So let's mark it on our calendars. Some other crazy stuff. Yeah, in Chicago, they're making a big deal out of how ABC Channel 7 here, 35 years ago, they moved from their old studios to a studio that's on State Street in downtown Chicago. Well, State Street is very well known because that's where it was the big shopping district until COVID. And basically, when Pugsley Putzker, the governor, shut down the state, all the retail in there kind of was decimated. And even now, if you go there to go shopping, you're basically physically accosted by all the wetbacks. So, yes, but the news station is right there. So if you're shopping near the ABC station, they do have cameras pointing out to the street. So they do catch a lot of petty theft. And yeah, when they moved to that studio, that's when they used to have this program called AM Chicago or Good Morning Chicago, something like that. And then one Friday they said, oh yeah, coming Monday there's going to be a big change. So yeah, the next Monday we were turning it on, and who popped up? Oprah Winfrey. So yeah, her scandalous career started in Chicago basically 35 years ago. And look at the damage she has done since then. Basically promoting the destruction of a monarchy. I'll get more on that in a little bit. Something else that's hit the news is we know that Taiwan was hit with a 7.2 earthquake. There's about a dozen people who've lost their lives and many that are trapped. So I'm getting that was not just a natural earthquake, that it was kind of, there have been a lot of ships, military ships from the Big Red Sea going around that island. Earthquake is triggered by basically sound energy waves. If we know ships are around the island of Taiwan, how many submarines have encircled it? What sort of sonar power beams have been sent to that island to trigger that earthquake with the plate shift? It was a planned earthquake by the Big Red Sea. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sammy. Okay, part 3. This phone is ringing off the hook today. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Taiwan stuff. Yeah, it's the person that just called. We talked about that, and it's like, definitely. We know that the ships are around. How many submarines are around Tehran? I mean, Taiwan. What is going on with Tehran? Okay. Okay, so we know Chinese submarines around Taiwan probably sonar sonic waves to cause the plates for the earthquake. And they'll probably be, like my friend was saying, there will probably are the submarines around Japan too. So another tsunami is going to hit bad. Yeah. And believe it or not, yes, the Big Red Sea does have, I want to say, like, remember Jules Verne and the Nautilus and all that stuff? They've got those that can send the little things that go flying out of the water to hit. And it's pretty easy to get a submarine close to the entrance of the Straits of Hormuz, where the Emirates are. I think that section, it's only 11 miles. So if the evil empire of Tehran isn't starting to listen to what China says, it's going to get even more nasty. Because right now, their two are kind of working together. And, but Iran has not reeled in the Houthis out of Yemen. And they're going to have to. And, of course, the stupid pray 5 times a day idiots don't realize that, yeah, they're using stuff from China. China doesn't agree. They don't realize the Big Red Sea is going to do to them what they're doing to the Uyghurs. They're clueless. Totally, totally clueless. Now, okay, let me get on to stuff that's basically going on with the UK. I did get, if you really want to know some of the stuff that's going on, okay, I've gotten copies. I try to make sure to get a copy every day and every week. But something that people don't realize, Dad has the stories about Charles and stuff, but take a look at this in the middle. Okay? If you want to know the real story, you get this. You get this paper. And start reading it, because they say a lot in between the lines. But yeah, with some of the stuff that I've been snooping around, I guess later on this week is going to be that TV movie called The Scoop, which is about Prince Andrew's interview. And it's ironic that the release of this is basically perfect timing, because we know certain people support Henry and Rachel. And Henry and Rachel are getting really looked at because her stupid, she's trying to have her own little goop, but it's not happening. She is a goof. So her stuff is tanking. She released those stupid pictures of her at some hospital reading a book. And, one of the other gals noticed how improperly, how slovenly she was dressed. But it's ironic that the release of this TV movie about Andrew, The Scoop, is being put out in time to take the heat off of Henry and Rachel and other people. And to give certain people a break from the scrutiny. Well, I think, yeah, they're talking about Charles, and we know he's sick. And watching him on Easter, I'm like, yeah, he's probably got about another year of being able, with all his faculties, to go and do his job. But once this time next year, they're going to be looking official regency with William. By that time, we'll know Catherine's totally cancer-free remission. Yes, she'll have to be monitored, but regularly. But basically, the preventative medication is going to wipe it out of her system. And believe it or not, she's not getting the chemo crap that us peons get. She's getting the stuff that actually works. Okay? Because if the pharmaceutical companies who have the real good stuff don't give it to Catherine, it would be mud in their eye big time. So Catherine is getting the good stuff. It'll be eradicated out of her system. Charles, they're basically going to be making him comfortable, because he's been walking around with this stuff for quite a while. So right now they're in a holding pattern to keep Charles at a certain level, so it doesn't expand but stay contained with him. But yeah, it will be a full-blown regency. Yeah, they are. Henry is still going to be begging, please come back, please. I need to come back. I need to come back. Well, the only way he's going to be coming back is he is going to have to sign a document that basically he's abdicating his right of succession for himself and the children, which will then put Andrew behind Prince Louis. And honestly, Andrew, for years, was part of the Green Building. In fact, he probably is still part of the Green Building. And being as a business liaison for the UK, he could do his James Bond gig. And that's how he went in and out of so many countries. If you notice, ever since they put the kibosh on Andrew doing anything, you've had a whole shitload of Muslims raid the UK because Andrew wasn't able to go into those countries and say, stop sending these bozos over. When the idiots, the liberal left-wing idiots, and the gossip mongers pushed for Andrew to be taken off of work, that's when the numbers of the Muslims in quadrupled and all the bullshit crap has kicked off in the UK, like that stupid law by what's his face, Humza Yousaf in Scotland. Yeah, to ban free speech in Scotland. If Andrew was still able to be doing his stuff, his James Bond gig, it wouldn't have happened, because Andrew would have been able to put his foot on the neck of the idiots in certain Muslim countries. Okay? I mean, J.K. Rowling, with what she said, just set the bar on what the police can do in Scotland, what they're willing to do. And then come, I guess, this weekend, there's some big ass football match in Glasgow. And if the police don't do anything, only arrest drunk drivers, that really sets the bar even higher. And it's a way that the law enforcement of Scotland is giving a big double middle finger salute to Humza Yousaf. Yep. Don't underestimate a Scot. Don't underestimate those of us with Scottish blood. We know how to outfox a lot of people. And this is exactly what they're doing. They're making him look like shit. Well, he is a shithead. I'm in the United States, idiot. Good luck finding me. Yeah. Well, I did have a couple questions. People are asking about Camilla. Camilla, it's not cancer with her. Like her mom, Camilla has osteoporosis. It's basically arthritis, bones. That will get her in the long at the end of times. And she's 75 right now? So for somebody as River would say, in the winter of their life, arthritis, osteoporosis, it's to be expected. But she will be comfortable. And she will be able to continue doing as much as possible. So that's what's with her. And yeah, the royal family will be okay. People are waking up. They're going to realize what kind of damage Henry has done. They're going to push for Henry to sign to abdicate his right of succession along with the children. He'll go back to his old bedroom in Highgrove. Rachel will be denied entry. It's all going to come out about the kids. And, everything's going to fall into place. And Andrew will step in to the slot right behind little Louie. And honestly, it would be a good thing because they say he's not the brightest bulb in the world, but you know what? Actually, he is. He's a really smart guy. And he has real life experience. For him to be probable regent, if God forbid something should happen, knock on wood, he would be a good regent for those kids. And he'd probably be selling, and believe it or not, I have a hunch that they don't talk about it, but I have unreliable sources. William and Andrew have gotten into a chopper together. Okay, Andrew doesn't have his license for fixed wing, but he's got the chopper license. And he knows how to fly those big military aircraft. And he keeps his chopper license active, which means he does have to go and do so many hours per year and recurrent training. So it would not be any surprise to me for it to finally come out that William and Andrew are chopper buddies, which pisses Charles off because Charles knows how to fly a fixed wing aircraft, but I think he's qualified 707, 747s, L-1011s. But once he hit 65, he had to give up his pilot's license, just like Philip had to when he turned 65, 70. They could no longer be in the cockpit. They had to be passengers. But Andy hasn't hit 65 yet. So he's probably out there and he's probably showing William some good maneuvers. Because William, hey, there may be an instance where he may jump back into one of those rescue choppers and be pulling somebody out. He might pop back in and maybe something he's doing down in Wales and something happens and he's there and where William is 10 minutes away from the chopper, but the pilot that's on call is an hour out. It wouldn't surprise me for William to just jump in the cockpit, jump in the chopper, and go out and do what needs to be done. Do a rescue on the spur of the moment. So that's what's going on with the royal family. And yes, Anne is really proud of her son for the way he handled himself with the interview. He made his grandmother smile down from heaven. And it's like he's getting pats. Peter Phillips is getting pats on the back from all his grandparents and his great-grandmother. They're all like cheering him on. Keep up the good work. Keep up being the good example for all the other kids. Just think of it. William was probably held up to the standard, hey, your cousin Peter wouldn't do this. So that William turned out pretty good. Henry, not so much. Well, I gotta go. This phone is going nuts. Okay, yeah. Next video goes up on Friday. Catch you all later. Bye.